This is the LG CF-29H30 CRT television. It has a 68cm curved tube inside. It was probably made in the mid to late 90s. There is a manual available on LG's website that's dated 2002. It's a very generic manual, but it does cover the operation of the television. And it does mention the SCART socket that the TV has, which is the attraction for this model here. LG is not one to carry too many SCARTs on their televisions. Occasionally they do it. There is a rear projection television that has a SCART from LG, but it's very uncommon. I've seen a lot of LG GoldenEye televisions in the past, but none have ever had the SCART, so I was surprised to see this one. I'll take the camera off the tripod and go around the TV. Now, the GoldenEye reference is not to the 007 James Bond movie, although whether there was a tie-in back in the day or not with that movie, I don't know. But really what it is, it's about that sensor there at the front where I'm pointing to, that basically sees the light, the ambient light outside of the television, and it adjusts the picture's brightness. So if it's bright around the television, it'll brighten the picture up to compete with it. Can be turned off. It's really just a bit of a gimmick, but that's what the fuss was at the time. So there's the power button on the front. Again, the GoldenEye sensor, the standby light, and you've got your controls there. Just your basic menu, okay, volume up, down, program up, down. AV2 in, sorry for the darkness there. There's your AV2 in, composite left right stereo, a little badge there, natural algorithm eye, referring to the GoldenEye again. So if I didn't already mention, the tube is curved, it's not a pure flat or anything like that. And around the back here, open the curtain up. Oh, that's better. LG, there's the model number, made in the Republic of Korea. Now, as for the connections, I actually had a problem with the television when I first started using it. The sound cut out, there was a pop, and there was no sound coming out of the right channel. And when I looked around the back here and saw this gang of connectors, the bottom left one, that red one, is damaged, and I think it was shorting out. So once I'd removed this block off the chassis of the TV, the sound hasn't had a problem at all. It's been running for hours now, so there's no cutout. So really I need to get a replacement one of these in order for the television to work properly again. There's the all-important SCART. The PlayStation 1 is connected in. Take that out. There's our SCART. So it's not modified. It's not a homemade modification that taps into the Jungle IC. It is a LG manufactured arrangement. I'll take the cover off now and we'll have a look inside. With the back off, we can see inside. I've been working on the insides of a lot of Sony PVMs lately, and they have a lot of cables routed all around the place and screwed in, ground straps and all sorts of things. So to come back to something like this, which is relatively simple, at least in its cabling and boards and things, is a breath of fresh air. So stereo speakers, one over there on the left and another there on the right. Chassis down here. This actual part of the chassis slides out separately to the power supply board there. Neck board, and our tube is an LG A68, 68 centimeters, made by LG Electronics Korea. No real surprises. Not an LG Philips as it was later on. Pretty standard stuff there. There's where I removed that gang of connectors. That's gone. The good old SCART's next door. Surprisingly, no S-Video. I don't know if that SCART can be switched to S-Video or not. I don't think so. I haven't seen anything in the menu operations to do that. Let's have a look at the picture. I've got the PlayStation 1 hooked up to the TV for the whole video. On now is Artemio's 240p test suite with the colour bars up. This is taken from Capcom CPS1 board set. They've got a colour bar screen that's very similar to this. The gradients are pretty good there. One of my favourites, the grid. I would prefer a grid, or have the option of having a grid that has white on the outsides as well. So we can see the misconvergence with red, green and blue probably a bit better. That's not too bad. I haven't gone in and adjusted geometry too much or many of the settings in the service menu. I will show you how to get into that in a moment. A little bit dark on that side there with the whiteness. Might need just a good degaussing, because even in the red here you can see there's a purple splotch up there. I should probably go out and get the wand and remove that. But there's no burn-in in the television. It's not common to see burn-in in regular TVs, which is nice, unlike pro monitors. I will make a note now to show you the remotes for the television. Well, I shouldn't say remotes. I've got two LG remotes here with me, but neither one is actually the correct model. So it's not really much point even you showing these. But they're the same basic shape. This one's missing its front cover panel. I didn't. This is what I got with it. You can see that this has got more buttons. But as I said before, neither one is actually correct. It's another variant again of this model, of this style. I need these coloured buttons here. I need the yellow and the red to navigate the service menu. So that's why I've got the two. With the two together, I think I've got pretty much full functionality. I will show you how to get into the service menu. It's actually quite easy to get into it. What I'll do is I'll get up a white screen. Just a white screen so we're not distracted by other things on the screen too much. So what you need to do to get into the service menu is you need the remote. And all you need to do is press and hold. You press OK on the television and press OK on the remote, and you're already in, straight into the service menu. This is your introduction screen here. I don't know what these choices here do to affect picture. I have the service manual for this model, but it's not really exhaustive. It's pretty basic. I need the yellow button on the other remote that I pointed out to you before to get to the next screen, and here we have geometry settings here where we can adjust size and position both vertically and horizontally, and make some other adjustments as well. So it has a very easy service menu to get into, but I'm actually not quite completely sure how to get out of it. It's quite difficult to get out of this service menu. I'll work on that off camera. The LG was a little bit too bright for my liking to begin with, so I turned the brightness down, adjusted the contrast, turned the fire back down a smidge just to take the edge off things. Here's the menu system, basic menu system as it is. The one thing I would like to see improved on the television is probably an S-video input. Pretty basic with its connections, but the main thing is it's got the SCART RGB ability. That's the main thing. As far as how does it compare to other televisions, let's forget broadcast monitors for a moment, but I'd probably class it there in the same category as your Orions and your TX, probably more in your cheaper range of SCART televisions. It wouldn't be quite up there with your Lervas and your Grundigs and things like that, nor would it be up there with your older Sonys with the SCARTs in the back as well, but still not a bad unit all in all. I do like pretty much any television that's got SCART RGB, provided that it doesn't have 100 Hz processing. So by all means, pick it up. Don't pay a fortune for it. If you see it on the nature strip, it might be worth picking up. We have hard waste disposal here in some places in Australia. You can get these things for free. So, okay, not a bad unit. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll get some more videos up soon. Bye.